Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Wednesday, January 20th, 2016, around 7:35 in the evening in Billerica, Massachusetts. The sun's gone. It set it 3 hours ago. It's now dark. Going to be another cold night tonight. Tomorrow it's going to be another chilly day. Might not get out of the 30s. Might not reach 30. Tomorrow or Friday. Saturday storm looks like a mess for most of eastern Massachusetts and northern New England. They say only a dusting to an inch north of the Mass Pike. The south coast of Massachusetts has the best chance of accumulating snow, but the trends are going south. It's just going to hit the mid-Atlantic states. DC is prepared for a blizzard, but it could change and stuff. It could change, so future forecasts are very important. Some news to report. It's Happy National Cheese Lovers Day. Hope you love cheese. That's a good day to have. And it's Happy National DJ Day. And that's about it on news. My third and final video blog subject tonight is my personality profile. Tonight's personality profile is about one of the most famous actresses in the 1970s and 80s on television. Talking about Loni Anderson. Loni Anderson's most famous role was Jennifer Marlowe, the receptionist on wkrp in Cincinnati. It was her only big-time major role. She was like probably one of the top blondes in the world at its peak on wkrp in Cincinnati, a 4-year run on television. Loni was born in St. Paul, Minnesota. She grew up in a suburb of St. Paul, Rosenville, Minnesota, and she had very good looks. She was actually voted Valentine's Queen of the Valentine's Day Winter Formal her senior year in high school. Then she went to the University of Minnesota. She had very great looks. A Hollywood agent saw her and said she should be a movie star. She made her acting debut in 1966 in the movie Nevada Smith, which starred Steve McQueen. Then Loni basically did not be in another movie for a decade. She supported herself by modeling and stuff and going into private business. She was in the private sector, but like in the mid-70s, Loni was back acting. She guest starred on TV series on SWAT and Harry O, Policewoman, Phyllis, and Three's Company. She was actually in a few Johnny Carson's show skits, and she actually had a poster of a pinup poster of her in like a bikini like Farrah Fawcett. It was a real popular. Sold millions and millions of copies around 1977 and 1978. And then she got the eye of casting directors. Were casting a new sitcom called wkrp in Cincinnati, and they auditioned Loni to play the role of the secretary, the receptionist, Jennifer Marlowe on wkrp in Cincinnati. She played Jennifer Marlowe for 4 years. She was the main attraction on the show, and actually that show's popularity was because of Jennifer Marlowe's looks. She always would be sexually harassed by Herb Tolliff, who was the sales director of wkrp in Cincinnati. He had really great chemistry and stuff. I love that chemistry. And at the height of her show, she insured her legs for $1 million. But with the popularity of wkrp in Cincinnati, she says she wanted more of this. She wanted to renegotiate a contract so she could be paid up there with the top television stars in 1980 and stuff, which was over $100,000 an episode. And she kind of walked. She actually starred in a television movie, The James Manfield Story, but cooler heads prevailed, and Loni got her wishes, but the ratings of WKRP in Cincinnati went down, got canceled in 1982, and when WKRP in Cincinnati left the air, Loni's career in the world of acting kind of dipped. She starred in a few television movies and stuff, and also she starred in the short-lived television series that lasted a few episodes in 1984, Partners in Crime, which was co-starred with Linda Carter. That was critically panned. I saw a pilot for a television movie years ago, and it was awful. I don't know how that show went on. The series, just Loni and Linda had no chemistry whatsoever. Thank God it didn't survive. But also she was known in the mid-1980s for, when she was in a movie, she met actor Burt Reynolds, who was the top movie star in the late 70s and early 80s. They developed a relationship, and in 1988 they got married, and they have one adopted kid, and they were married about 6 years, but got divorced in 1994. There's been rumors that Loni Anderson maxed out Burt Reynolds, several of Burt Reynolds' credit cards. That could be true, that couldn't be true, but once these maxing out of credit cards eventually led to Burt Reynolds filing for bankruptcy in the mid-1990s. She tried to get back in television. She actually was a guest, like a celebrity panelist on Win, Lose, or Draw, and Third Degree game shows produced by Burt Reynolds and Bert Convy. That was probably, she got that. She tried to join the cast of Evening Shade in 1990 when that show was being debuted, but the producers did not feel like Loni Anderson and Burt Reynolds would have good chemistry as on television and backstage because they were married. Also, she tried to join the cast of Designing Women in 1991 when a couple of stars walked off, didn't renew their contract, but her demands for being paid high money, the producers said no way. She actually got another television series in Nurses. She played Casey McPhee in 1993, 1994, the third season of the show that was on NBC. It was a sitcom, but that was the only season she was on. It got canceled. After her divorce from Burt Reynolds, Loni basically guest starred on a few shows, like Sabrina Age the Teenage Witch and VIP, when she was the mother of Pamela Anderson's character, Valerie Hines. That was pretty good, having two Andersons together. But they're not related. Loni Anderson and Pamela Anderson weren't related. And by the early 2000s, Loni basically disappeared from the acting business to go to become a minister for Lutheran churches, and she actually became a spokeswoman for COPD because she had a couple of relatives who passed away. She also is an advocate for multiple sclerosis because her daughter Deidre suffers from it. So she's basically now out of the limelight, not acting anymore, and she's enjoying probably her retirement from acting. She probably made so much money during her days as Jennifer Marlowe on WKRP in Cincinnati and a few other movie deals here that weren't big hits, but she basically is retired, probably has enough money from being married 4 times, from being, the alimony and stuff. She probably took Burt Reynolds to town when they got a divorce. And that's about it on that. And that's about it on these video blogs, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Hope you liked me doing a video blog, basically sitting on my bed, doing new stuff with these video blogs, changing up around where the scenery is. And this is pretty good. Tomorrow, you will get the same. You get 3 video blogs, but they'll be different subjects. First video subject of the day will be about NBA TV. Second video blog will be about the old Cove restaurant in Billerica, Massachusetts. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about my personality profile. Tomorrow's personality profile will be Kent Herbeck. Friday's going to be Lord Alfred Hayes. Then it's the personality profiles will take a week vacation, but it'll be back in February. Need to rest these for vacations, but the top 10 list will probably be back Saturday. And like I always say, keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Molly Rosenblatt of WCCO rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart, so stunning. Amy Swansea, the best. Barbara Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent. And in the word of Sean Lucha, get out! See you later. See you tomorrow. Don't forget, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Send me plugs or shout-outs or anything you want for a future subject. It will be considered. Maybe it will pop up. Good night. See you tomorrow.